Welcome to Isle Delfino, home of beautiful beaches, friendly locals, giant goop monsters, and blooper racing. Since its release in 2002, Super Mario Sunshine has cemented a legacy for being one of the most polarizing adventures on which the portly plumber has ever embarked. Love it or hate it, one thing that can't be denied is that it's one of Mario's most unique games, with a large cast of bizarre and memorable characters. But out of all the residents and visitors of this tropical tourist trap, which ones shine the brightest, and which ones have a moral code messier than a magic paintbrush? I'm Kyle with wickedbinge, and this is Super Mario Sunshine characters good to evil. As usual, we'll be starting with the most noble character and working our way down. These characters are the good. The gold shine sprite of good goes to the Flash Liquidizer Ultra Dowsing Device, but you can call him Flood. Implied to be an invention created by the nutty Professor Egad, Flood is a sentient water pack who winds up becoming the liquid spraying kazooie to Mario's banjo. With Flood on his back, Mario can jump higher, run faster, and clean up enemies better than ever before. But Flood is more than a useful tool. It's also shown to want to help Mario clear his name and clean up the goop for the sake of the islanders, finding their situation most pitiable. What really earns Flood the top spot is that it almost destroys itself to save Princess Peach from Bowser at the end of the game. Even if Flood does get fixed a little later, the literal self-sacrifice it partakes in easily makes it the most moral, thing in the game.
Mario, was I,
The Silver Medal of Good goes to the anxiety-ridden Elder Toad with a British accent, Toadsworth. Making his debut appearance in this game, Toadsworth is Princess Peach's steward, who has been by her side ever since he was a baby. His number one priority is the safety and well-being of the princess, despite not being physically capable of saving her himself. He's also shown to care deeply about the other Toads, telling them to be careful around the toxic goop. He joins Princess Peach at Mario's court hearing, as they both futilely attempt to object to the Pianta's prosecution. He may not be the most effective steward in terms of actual protection, but it's also not hard to see why he got the job in the first place. His heart is undoubtedly in the right place, and he's constantly putting the needs of others in front of himself. While he may not be braver or stronger than the other Toads, he is arguably wiser and more compassionate, which lands him the silver medal in our ranking. And the bronze medal of good goes to our main man with the mustache, Mario. This poor guy can never take a break from saving Princess Peach, even when he's on vacation. The fact that Bowser went so far as to frame him while he was looking for some time off gives us a lot of sympathy for this unlucky guy. Nevertheless, despite his situation, Mario remains vigilant, fulfilling his duty as the sworn protector of the Mushroom Kingdom's royalty. He even goes as far as to help Isle Delfino's residents, albeit by force, in cleaning up their beautiful homeland and freeing the shine sprites from capture. No matter who or why he's helping everyone, Mario is as reliable as he's ever been, and proves himself a hero as always. With all these positive attributes, why doesn't Mario take the gold medal of good? How about the fact that his brother Luigi saved him from being eternally imprisoned in a painting only 1 year prior to the release of this game, and he isn't even invited to go on vacation with his brother Mario? It seems like Luigi always gets the shaft, and Mario once again is not seen showing him the courtesy he deserves. Mario's acts of heroism and willingness to put himself in danger to help the people around him is enough to earn him the bronze medal this time, but he needs to learn how to put some respect on his brother's name. Right below Mario, we have his prehistoric multicolored sidekick, Yoshi. Defined by his cheerful attitude and big appetite, Yoshi, as always, is a bundle of joy to accompany Mario on his adventure. The Yoshis on Isle Delfino operate a little differently from the ones found in the Mushroom Kingdom. They live off fruits and spray juice out of their mouths to combat heat sources the likes of which regular water can't take care of. Despite the fact that Mario rides a green Yoshi on the official artwork of Super Mario Sunshine, the Yoshis in this game come in 3 different colors: pink, purple, and orange. Their colors change depending on which fruit they eat. The only bad thing we can say about Yoshi is that he will eat fruit from local Pianta vendors without paying. That, and apparently the Yoshis in this game dissolve in water, which is weird, and also must make it very hard to live on an island. Either way, these juice-spewing dinosaurs are a welcome addition to the tropical paradise in which they reside. Next up is the iconic damsel in distress, Princess Peach. Finally completely dropping her title as Princess Toadstool, Peach, as usual, is portrayed as a sweet, caring, and gentle figure for the Toads to follow. However, as usual, Peach is not the best at self-defense and gets captured several times by Shadow Mario in the game. Peach does try to object to Mario's court case with Toadsworth, but unfortunately her position of royalty apparently counts for nothing on Isle Delfino. While she does seem to have a heart of gold, Peach is not portrayed as the brightest character in the game. She notices Shadow Mario in the background on the Welcome to Isle Delfino video, but shrugs it off instead of warning the others. Also, when Bowser Jr. claims that Peach is his mama, she seems legitimately confused by his story. Did the princess at some point black out and give birth to an evil turtle baby?
Mama? Mama, Peach? I'm your mama?
Your guess is as good as Peach's. Questionable intellect and poor decision-making aside, Peach is very much a good-hearted person who deserves a high spot on our list. Now to our first native Isle Delfino resident, the Noki Elder grabs our next spot. As far as the residents go, the Nokis generally are portrayed as much more friendly and less foolish than the Piantas. This is probably due to their implied leadership from the Noki Elder, a wise old man who greets Mario with open arms. He even says he's heard nothing but good things about Mario, which is a stark contrast to most other characters who see Mario as a criminal. The Noki Elder asks Mario for help to clean up Noki Bay from pollution, showing he has a great care for both his people and the fish in the bay. He may not be the most proactive character, but given his age and the size of Nokis in general, we can't hold it against him. Right below his blood relative, we have the Noki Elder's grandson. Much like his grandfather, the Noki Elder's grandson is a very warm, welcoming, and helpful shell creature who also resides in Noki Bay. It's revealed that Noki Elder's grandson has a wife and child, who are often unseen as they're usually hiding from the pollution. Noki Elder's grandson is shown to be both a good family man and a selfless protector, willing to expose himself to pollution in order to help Mario and the Noki Elder. He even goes as far as to set up ropes for Mario to jump on to reach the Noki Elder more easily. Another way he helps Mario is by providing him a helmet with greater air supply for Mario's deep dive missions. The highest ranking Pianta on our list, the sunglasses vendor, comes next. One of the more laid-back members of the island, the sunglasses vendor appears in almost every level of the game, usually under an umbrella or tree. If Mario talks to him, the sunglasses vendor will give Mario a pair of sunglasses free of charge. If Mario seeks him out again, the sunglasses vendor will opt to take the sunglasses back. Once Mario saves the island from Bowser, the sunglasses vendor will become even more generous and equip Mario with not only sunglasses, but a stylish Shine Sprite shirt as a token of gratitude. While it's true that neither the sunglasses nor the shirt have much practical use in the game, other than making the screen slightly darker, the sunglasses vendor's generosity is much appreciated. Next, we have the gullible but lovable Pinna Park director. As his title would suggest, he is the head of operations over at Pinna Park, the elaborate but potentially dangerous theme park located off the coast of Isle Delfino. Much like many of the other Nokis, the Pinna Park director is portrayed as a warm and very friendly character who greets Mario with open arms. When Shadow Mario terrorizes the park with Mecha Bowser, the Pinna Park director believes it's all part of an elaborate show which Mario conducted in order to entertain guests. As a result, the Pinna Park director asks Mario for more help in maintaining the park. His heart is in the right place, but we do have to question the ethical issues of running a park, which is this rampant with safety hazards. We chalk that up to genuine oversights more than anything else, which is why the Pinna Park director is still a good character at the end of the day. And rounding out our good characters, we have the Piantas who would probably perform the best in the Olympics, the Chucksters. These are the only Piantas on the island who actively help Mario on his quest. How exactly do they opt to be of assistance? Why, by throwing Mario across the map with all their might, of course. It's an unorthodox type of assistance, but the Chucksters do manage to be a great deal of help, letting Mario reach areas that he couldn't reach by normal means. This includes areas with shine sprites, blue coins, and unreachable platforms. With that said, it does seem like the Chucksters may be a little too excited to throw Mario at times. They don't even ask Mario's permission and automatically assume from the get-go that he wants to be tossed. Many of the chucksters also don't have the best aim, and can even end up throwing Mario to his death if they're not careful. But I suppose it's the thought that counts. Now that we've gotten through the good characters whose ethics shine the brightest, it's time to dive into the neutral territory. These are characters with questionable morals, who leave us scratching our heads wondering if they're friend or foe. This is the gray area. And dancing their way to the top of the gray area, we have the Doot Doot Sisters. A trio of traveling street performers, the Doot Doot Sisters are comprised of 2 female pianta dancers and 1 male pianta ukulele player. The Doot Doot Sisters can be found in many different levels in Super Mario Sunshine and are usually surrounded by a group of fans. They bring their act all over Isle Delfino and spread joy to many of the residents. The reason they land in the gray area is because if Mario actually speaks to them, they turn out to be very disgruntled individuals. They complain about their job, saying that they're often exhausted from continuously dancing. They'll also often make very rude remarks about their fans, commenting on their hygiene and clothes. They may spread joy among their fellow piantas, but that joy is an extension of their music, not their personalities. The Hotel Delfino manager finds accommodations in our next spot. Running a hotel located on Serena Beach, the Hotel Delfino manager enlists Mario's help in protecting his business against ghosts, transparent stingrays, and Shadow Mario. Oddly enough, he's one of the few piantas in the game who can tell the difference between Mario and Shadow Mario. This raises the question of why he has so many shine sprites in the first place, since they are a source of the island's power. On top of that, the hotel manager is always quick to throw Mario into dangerous situations, instead of even attempting to solve his problems on his own. He also forgets Mario's name many times, hinting that he sees the plumber as more of a commodity than a person. Still, the gratitude and rewards he gives Mario prevents us from ranking him any lower. Next are the mischievous Japanese raccoon dogs known as Tanuki. Since there are only 3 Tanuki characters in the game, and they all exhibit similar personality traits, we're gonna rank them all together. The first 2 Tanuki you meet are a father and son duo who run a shop in Delfino Plaza. If you bring 10 blue coins to their shop, they'll exchange them for 1 shine sprite. Seems straightforward enough, but let's think about this for a second. The shine sprites are the source of Isle Delfino's power, and these Tanuki are harboring them in their store and putting them behind a price. The third Tanuki resides in Noki Bay, where he rents out boats for the low price of 90,000 coins. Once Mario unplugs the waterfall, the Tanuki will let Mario ride boats for free, but if the boat touches anything, it will automatically sink. This shows how much the Tanuki are ripping people off for the privilege of riding the boats. It's true that the Tanuki do end up helping Mario by providing him with boats and shine sprites, and they're not quick to label him as a criminal either. However, given how much they are motivated by money, and the unethical implications their business model entails, prevents us from putting them in the good section. The first boss on our list, Eelymouth, dives into our next spot. Located in the darkest depths of Noki Bay, Eelymouth is the source of the pollution which the Noki people face throughout the game. The pollution stems from Eelymouth's gingivitis, which causes Mario to have to wash Eelymouth's teeth using Flood. This makes Eelymouth one of the few bosses in Mario's history to have a moral lesson interwoven within its battle. Remember to brush your teeth. If he's a foe to Mario and the source of Noki Bay's pollution, why doesn't Eelymouth rank any lower? Well, we see Eelymouth as being a scared animal more than a malicious villain. His gingivitis not only causes problems for the Noki people, but also causes pain for Eelymouth himself, allowing us to sympathize with the creature. He even rewards Mario with a shine sprite for cleaning his teeth, proving he's every bit as happy to have a clean mouth as the Nokis are. Still, the fact he tries to attack Mario during the battle, and that this all could have been prevented with a bit of simple dental hygiene, prevents us from ranking him any higher. Rounding out our gray area is the big daddy of blooper surfing. Appearing twice in Rico Harbor, this eccentric pianta will allow Mario to ride bloopers free of charge. If Mario finishes the race and coin collecting under a certain time, the big daddy of blooper surfing will reward Mario with a shine sprite. Portrayed as friendly and generally fair in his challenges, this guy loses some points for how dangerous blooper surfing really is. Before riding the squids, Big Daddy will get Mario to sign a waiver to exempt him from any liability of accidents Mario might have. For this reason, Mario will lose a life if he crashes or doesn't finish within the time limit. His dangerous pastime and harsh penalty outweighs his generally friendly nature, in our opinion. Now that we've sprayed through the gray area, it's time to wash out the truly bad and evil characters on our countdown. These are the characters we wouldn't mind seeing fall into some toxic goop. Taking the spot as the least bad character in this category is Captain Pianta, also known simply as the Captain. Much like the Delfino hotel manager, Captain Pianta enlists Mario's help several times over the course of the game. Unlike the hotel manager, Captain Pianta is much less grateful for Mario's efforts. In Rico Harbor, Captain Pianta is the boss of the sailors who work on the boats stationed at the docks. He sanctions all of the grunt work onto his men while he stands around the dock and does seemingly nothing. When Gooper Blooper terrorizes the harbor, Captain Pianta tells Mario to take care of things while the captain safely watches from the sidelines. Once Mario solves the problem, Captain Pianta doesn't even give him credit for his help. He can be seen later telling his workers that he was the one who took care of Gooper Blooper, in an attempt to be seen by his workers as a hero. Captain Pianta is both a coward and a pathological liar, and clearly doesn't treat his crew all too well. Racing into the next spot is Piantismo, a human disguised as a Pianta. Piantismo is a cocky and condescending man who claims to be the fastest racer in the land. We're not sure how well his disguise works on the Piantas, but then again, these are the same people who believe Mario and Shadow Mario are the same person. Piantismo challenges Mario to a race in every level. If Mario wins, he is rewarded with a shine spray. Hacking the game reveals under the mask Piantismo has a familiar face. He's the running man from The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. We're not sure how this Hyrulean foot racer migrated to Isle Delfino, but we do know it made him even more of a cocky annoyance. A double lock for our next spot, we have the Pianta Prosecutor and Judge. For as beautiful a location as Isle Delfino is, less praise can be given to the location's corrupt legal system. After a flimsy kangaroo court and prosecution that wouldn't fly in the silliest of courtrooms, the Pianta judge throws Mario in the slammer and sentences him to clean the entire island. I'm starting to think the trees sticking out of the Pianta's heads have roots, which negatively damage their brains. Shadow Mario is clearly not Mario. The sketch drawn doesn't even remotely look like the famous plumber. It makes me wonder if the Pianta judge and prosecutor actually wanted the culprit, or if they just wanted a scapegoat to clean up Isle Delfino. Lot of corruption. Two other Piantas present in the legal system, the Isle Delfino police, are up next. Much like the judge and the prosecutor, the Isle Delfino police are a duo of crooked enforcers who blame Mario for the issues on the island. Throughout the game, they will constantly blame Mario for any mishaps which occur and accuse him of slacking off. Even after Mario chases Shadow Mario right in front of their eyes, they still refuse to believe Mario's innocence. They might want to check the contacts and the glasses they're wearing, or at the very least, check their biases. This stubborn duo rank as the most unpleasant Piantas on the entire island, and that's actually saying a lot. Now we're really getting into the true evil as we rush into the enemies which actively terrify the island. First up for our big baddies, we have Gooper Blooper. Appearing twice in Rico Harbor and once in Noki Bay, this giant squid paints the town black with his toxic ink. He often does so incognito, hiding under crates or on tall mountains, out of sight of the residents. One of the more painful battles to witness, Mario removes Gooper Blooper's tentacles one by one and finishes him off by pulling on its mouth. Despite his many defeats, Gooper Blooper reappears in many Mario titles, proving he's still out there terrorizing the waters. Next up is everyone's favorite angry caterpillar, Wiggler, also known in this game as Boss Hana, much bigger and greener than his Mushroom Kingdom counterpart. The Wiggler on Isle Delfino appears in two missions on Gelato Beach. In the first mission, he can be found sleeping atop of Shine Tower, delaying the hatching of the legendary Sand Bird. Once Mario shines enough mirrors on the tower, the Wiggler falls off and runs around terrorizing the beach. Mario must then flip over the Wiggler and ground pound on its weak spots, causing it to dissolve into sand. The Wiggler's short temper and inconsiderate sleeping position make it a selfish and destructive enemy for Mario to face. Flying awkwardly into our next spot is the deranged king of the garden, Petey Piranha. The first and most iconic boss Mario faces in the game, Petey Piranha covers Bianco Hills with the goop it spews out of its mouth. It fights Mario inside of a windmill in its first appearance after a long and messy climb for the heroic Italian. After this, the ferocious plant appears again casually, sleeping across from the same village he terrorized. Large and possibly mutant. It's no surprise Petey Piranha elicits fear among the Pianta residents of Bianco Hills, since Petey has remained a very active adversary in Mario's subsequent adventures. We can safely say this angry piranha plant is out for vengeance. The bronze medal of evil goes to the ghastly ghost king himself, King Boo. It is unclear if this royal ghost is the same King Boo who appears in the Mushroom Kingdom. If it is, we're glad he reconsidered the facelift he received for this game. Either way, King Boo in Super Mario Sunshine hides in the basement of Hotel Delfino and releases his minions into the upper levels. He hides in a slot machine, possibly rigging the games in the casino. Over the course of the battle, Mario can defeat King Boo by throwing spicy food onto his tongue and then smacking him with another fruit. The reason we rank him as so evil is because of the sheer amount of joy he shows for his heinous actions, always having his big goofy smile on his face. It's all too fitting that his open mouth becomes his downfall in the end. The silver medal of evil goes to Mario, or actually, I mixed that one up. Turns out it actually goes to Shadow Mario, also known as Bowser Jr. Not to be confused with Baby Bowser, Koopa Kid, or the Koopalings. Bowser Jr. is the newest offspring of his father, Bowser, who first appears in disguise as Shadow Mario. In this game, Bowser Jr. does do most of the dirty work for him, framing Mario and covering the island in goop. Shadow Mario causes havoc in every area on Isle Delfino, making him the most consistent villain in the game. On top of this, he also steals various items such as Flood's nozzles, and a Yoshi egg throughout various levels. Bowser Jr. is obviously heavily influenced by his father and causes mischief on his behalf. Despite this, we can at least say he seems to have a loving relationship with his dad, which is kinda sweet in a messed up way. Naturally, the gold medal of evil goes to the head honcho himself, Bowser. In this game, Bowser has less screen time than any other one of Mario's adventures, appearing only in the final boss stage and cutscene. While the size of Bowser has never truly been that consistent, he's basically a giant kaiju monster in this game breathing fire on an almost helpless Mario. The fact he invites Peach into his bath filled with toxic liquid says a lot about his character as well. Bowser is the mastermind behind all of the events which unfold on Isle Delfino, and it's because of him Mario got framed in the first place. He even tricks his own son by telling Bowser Jr. that Peach is his mom. Bowser is shown to have somewhat of a sympathetic side as he does love his son, and even suggests they take a vacation after Mario thwarts their efforts. While being a loving dad is nice, it would be more commendable if he wasn't influencing young children to be evil, which is why Bowser grabs the gold medal of evil for himself. And that does it for our morality spectrum. But before we go, let's award some honorary sinner medals. The Darwin medal is a bit of a tough choice, because just about every Pianta in this game is a bit of an idiot. But we're gonna go ahead and give it to the Isle Delfino police, as they still blame Mario for everything, after he runs after Shadow Mario right in front of them. The Pride medal is awarded to Piantismo. This cocky, overconfident racer will take any chance he can to gloat and show off his abilities. The Wrath medal goes to Wiggler. This enraged caterpillar causes as much destruction as he can all over because he lost his sleeping spot. The Gluttony medal obviously goes to Yoshi, as this hungry dinosaur will eat any fruit in sight, even a pineapple which is larger than his own body. The Sloth medal goes to the Hotel Delfino manager. Out of all the characters in the game, the Hotel Delfino manager asks Mario for the most help, with some of the hardest tasks to accomplish. The Envy medal goes to Captain Pianta. Once Gooper Blooper is removed from the harbor for the second time, Captain Pianta tries to take credit, showing he would love to be seen as a hero if he wasn't so cowardly. The Greed medal is given to the Tanuki. Overpricing and harboring valuable items easily makes them the most money-driven residents on the island. And finally, the Lust medal goes to King Boo. With a huge smile on his face, it's obvious he has a lust for causing havoc, more so than any of the other bosses. But let us know in the comment section if you agree with our ranking, and tell us what we should cover next. And if you need a one-up, remember to hit that notification bell and binge our Good to Evil playlist, where we break down the morality of the characters in your favorite games. Thanks for watching.